Alright, so today it's a push day, but we're also doing some squats because I feel like it. Squats is fun and it needs to be done. Um, my workouts are ever so changing. I started out when I started working out again after not training for a very, very long time. I started with calisthenics. And calisthenics was just me doing pull-ups, dips, one-legged squats, push-ups, pretty much almost every single day. And one thing I learned from that is that those movements, the squat, dip, the pull-up, you can do it at a very high volume without a high risk of injury. Now, with my workouts, I like to do things where I don't have like that risk because why would I risk hurting myself? You know, why would I risk injuring myself when I could just do something simple, like a dip or a squat or even a machine exercise that doesn't expose my lower back, obviously. Obviously, the squat, you can injure yourself quite easily, but I've been training since I was 13 years old, so I doubt that I'm going to injure my lower back with doing 315 with the squat. Highly doubt it. But that's besides the point. Calisthenics is something that I like doing when I got back into it, and it's something that I want to incorporate into my workouts because I don't want to just be doing push-pull legs or doing some odd split. I kind of want to just stay within that realm of doing calisthenics because I made great progression doing that. And if I could do a mix of calisthenics with basing my workouts with a weighted pull-up or chin-up, or even without weights for chin-up, as long as it's as good form as I can do, and also the dip as well as I can do, then why not? Instead of doing something like the bench press where it's scary and I can hurt myself, I could just do something like, a dip, a weighted dip, where I can train till failure and not have the weight snap my neck, not risk injury, not risk death, just for the sake of training. So that's kind of like my philosophy behind doing, the weighted dips and weighted chin-ups, or even without if it's weighted or not, It's just, it hits all of the body parts that is necessary for what I want to accomplish as a former athlete. And it's enough, Obviously, I do other movements, mind you, but those are like the base movements that I do that are very important, integral to my training. And also because I'm doing like either a weighted dip or a weighted pull-up in my workout, or just a regular pull-up or a regular dip without any weight. When I move on to my other exercises, I don't have to do like a bunch of other accessories. Well, I can, but I don't really have to. The dip is a compound movement, so it hits a lot of different muscles. Before I could afford going to the gym, I was training in a park, and that's all I did was just dips and pull-ups and one-legged squats. And the way how I looked, it was fine, I didn't really need any accessories. I was hitting my pull-ups, my chin-ups, my dips, my one-legged squats, and I looked balanced. So it's like the same thing. It's like I don't have to spend all my time in the gym hitting a bunch of different accessory exercises. Again, I'm not bodybuilder, I'm a former athlete. So it's it just makes sense. And I noticed that my strength in real life things has increased, when I did calisthenics back then, when I got on the construction site, because when I got on the construction site, when it came to just doing anything physical, it was like nothing to me. You know, it was very easy. I had good grip strength. I could lift things with ease. Didn't get tired. Had a strong back. Getting back to that is pretty. I don't know. I think that's the proper way to go about things. I kind of strayed away from that for like about a year and a half. I didn't really like make it like my base thing that I did, but going back to doing that is what I'm gonna do, because I think that's better than other splits I've tried. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Also, when I was recording, for some reason my camera setting like went to slow-mo. I don't know how that happened at all. Like, I don't know when I pressed that, but it went to slow-mo, so for this exercise everything's in slow-mo, but you know, it's a happy accident. So I'll just leave that there, and that'll be the end of the video.